Hey, this is Stephen Cross from New England Drupal Camp, and I'm back once again to talk to one of our trainers. We have Jason Palmental, who's from Isovera. He's the Senior Director of Design and Technical Strategy. How you doing, Jason?
Good, good. How you doing, Steve?
Great. I'm so glad that you're back again this year at New England Drupal Camp to do another training for us. This year, you're doing the same one you did last year, which was Drupal 8 Theming Quickstart. Could you tell us what that's about?
Sure. Um, so the big change from last year is that we just realized it was way too much to try and do in half a day. So we're going to do a full day this time. And the idea is to give people an introduction to what goes into a Drupal 8 theme. What do you need to make one? And how can you start to customize it? So people will walk away from it with a functioning theme that they will have created that will do a few basic things to help them understand how to uh, add a new JavaScript library or load fonts or replace the core version of Modernizer that Drupal supplies with a customized one. There's a few different sort of key things that a lot of people will tend to need to do, adding specific libraries of JavaScript or CSS. But then a lot of what we'll do is just focus on how does Twig work, which is the templating language in Drupal 8. How do you go about overriding things, figuring out what the right file name is, all of those things that are sort of central to implementing a design and building out your own theme. Because of the way Drupal 8 is set up, it's actually it's always got a base theme, and they're pretty solid in terms of what they provide. One's called stable, one's called classy. We'll talk about what the differences are, and what you can rely on there.
So, Jason,
So,
who's the ideal
yeah.
student for this training?
Um, so I think anyone who has um, at least some good familiarity with HTML and CSS and at least isn't afraid of a little bit of PHP or Twig. We're not really going to be doing any um, massive amounts of PHP code writing or anything, but some of it's there. You can't really avoid it. Twig in particular is something you need to get used to. So I would say anyone who's into Drupal theming, I would recommend it for designers who have at least some HTML and CSS knowledge and want to know how to start to implement their design in Drupal. Um,
How
and
about
you
Drupal
know,
experience?
it's helpful to be familiar with it because we're going to be working in Drupal, so we need to make some stuff in Drupal, and I don't want it to be an intro to Drupal
Hmm.
class. So there should be at least some basic familiarity. They should be able to have a Drupal 8 instance installed, and have a code editor. Um, I mean, we'll go through the basics of making sure everybody has that, but that's sort of a general starting point. Not required to have a massive amount of familiarity. Um, and if you're Drupal familiar but you haven't touched Drupal 8 yet, that's okay. That's enough for you to understand the basic concepts, and we can get people up and running with even if it is their first D8 instance, because there's enough crossover there that they'll
Right.
still be familiar.
This is the first time you've taught anything in Drupal, right? Or theming?
I might have done it once or twice before.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
Jason is a very experienced trainer and speaker. So this is you're not going to get some rookie here learning how to do training this day.
Yeah, I've been teaching workshops for quite a long time, even, and I could name a couple that I might have done with you,
That's right.
um, from our responsive boot camps way back when.
That's right.
Gosh, it's like 4 or 5 years ago now that we did those.
Might be a
But
little longer.
yeah, might be. But yeah, so I've been around that block a few times, so I think I can be pretty confident in saying that we'll all learn a lot. We'll come out of the day having made real stuff, and have a really solid footing for taking that forward and building out your own theme or working with others more confidently.
And this is on November 17th. That's a Friday at the College of the Holy Cross
Hmm.
in Worcester, Mass. You can go to nedcamp.org and click on training to learn a little bit more. I'm not sure you'll learn any more on the website, but there's an opportunity there to sign up. And we do have an early bird special that is still available at the time of this recording, which is $100. And you can get the full day for $100. And then when the early bird's over, it's still only $150. So go to nedcamp.org and check it out. And Jason, I thank you for your time, and I'll see you on the 17th.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks, Steve.
Bye bye.